All right, let's start this program. Hey, everybody, this is Dara Connolly, your fearless speaker coach who dares you to speak on stage with confidence. And in this tip today, I'm going to teach you what makes a confident speaker. Let's do it. Okay, I'm so excited for this content because I'm going to give you tips you've never heard before. So stay tuned to the very end because there's always something in there that you're going to want to make sure you heard the full tip. Let's jump right in. Tip number one to being a confident speaker is to know something about your material that no one else knows. I'll give you an example. When I was first teaching self-defense many years ago, I would focus on the part of self-defense about trusting your intuition to know if someone's doing something inappropriate. Because most people don't know this, but most attacks, up to 93%, in fact, are by someone you know. So my whole thing was looking into how that person that you know, friend, coworker, whomever, is making you feel. Now, most other self-defense instructors did not focus on that at all. So I was focusing on something different. They usually would focus on the stranger danger, right? Somebody jumps out from behind a bush and grabs your purse. How does this apply to you as a confident speaker? You know your topic. You have an area of expertise, right? So what I want you to do now is know something about your topic that nobody else knows or nobody else is talking about. So what this means is you're going to master your presentation by having a full spectrum of details about your topic. Doesn't mean you need to know everything. You need to know more than your audience. So the challenge is to take your content to the next level. Okay? And if you can do that, you will notice that you'll transform your audience by not just explaining. Nobody wants just information dumped on them, but you're going to show them, teach them, take them through the journey. So this is what I want you to do. Some people have facts about their topic that nobody else has heard, stories, something relevant. But the more you can go to that extra mile and help the audience transform with something that they haven't heard before, something they cannot Google, now they will look at you as the expert that they need to go to because you give them above and beyond content. And they'll remember you too. So this is really important. This is an inside tip that a lot of speakers aren't going to tell you. Tip number two is about focusing on, you probably have heard me say this if you're working with me, connection over perfection. Connection over perfection. Why do I say this and what is important about it? Well, every day, I just got off the phone right now, in fact, with a client who I mentioned this phrase, connection over perfection. Every day I talk to clients who tell me how they're trying to be better speakers. You know, they're trying to eliminate their filler words, etc. Or they're learning how to use more gestures or say the perfect thing because they feel that they get nervous on stage and it doesn't come out right. That's great. I'm glad you're working on that. But here's something you need to remember. What's more important than being the perfect speaker is knowing how to be relatable, knowing what your audience needs and to connect with them in an authentic way. I have lots of examples of the professional speakers who are making a killing, millions per speech, who say, So let's move past that, okay? It's not as big of a problem as you think, unless you're saying it every other word and it's distracting. People will be forgiving of your ums, or if you have something that you do on stage that you're not comfortable with, but they will be more willing to connect with you when you connect with them. So look about how Barack Obama speaks, or Michelle Obama, or Brene Brown, for example. They have ums all over the place, but people still love them. People still connect with them. That is why I want you to remember that the connection over perfection piece will take you to the next level in your presentation and help you be more confident. Because if you get up there and you're so nervous that I'm going to say, or scratch my chin, or that I'm using too many gestures or not enough, it takes you out of the moment. It takes you away from that connection because now you're thinking about you when you should be thinking about your audience. The number one thing to focus on is connection. So here the point is worry less about you or being perfect and worry more about how you can connect with that audience to really make sure the message is received. Of course, in a perfect world, I don't want you to worry at all. So This is why I'm here to help you. Now, point three, and before we get to three, be sure to smash that subscribe button if you enjoy my content so you can get more of my videos. I try to release them for you with fresh new ideas all the time. But point three, to be a more confident speaker, is to know a speaker who has practiced different ways of telling their story will be ready for anything unexpected that happens. If you do this enough, if you speak on stage enough, inevitably something will happen. You may get heckled, you may get a question you're not prepared for, the fire alarm may go off, the projector will not work, whatever. But when you are well rehearsed and you know your content, those things do not disrupt you. You can smooth sail right through it because you're not relying on things to go perfectly perfect. Remember, you're relying on your connection to guide you through where you need to go. So this is about remembering to rehearse more than you think, and you don't have to memorize it, but you need to be ready for the unexpected because things happen. I have lots of stories about that. At my first speech, a major mishap happened. Not my fault, but things come up. Projector didn't work, technology was broken. I was relying on those slides too heavily. When you know your content, no big deal. The projector doesn't work. No big deal. The microphone doesn't work. You can calmly say, hey, tech guys, can we get another mic? When we are worried about the next thing we're going to say, or because we're not prepared, then those things rattle us. A confident speaker is well prepared in advance and takes advantage of the fact that they're well rehearsed. So they can go off their memory, they go off your knowledge, you go off your stories, the things that you already know. You don't need to see them on a paper or a slide because they're inside of you. I want you to speak those things because you know them, and you do that when you rehearse. We can't always anticipate things will happen or what will happen, but if we have a plan for it and we're prepared for it, we will come out the other side very confident and very smooth and successful. And the audience won't remember the blip or hiccup anyway whatsoever. Remember, as a speaker, you were there to put your audience's ease. And when you are at ease, even through any obstacles or little hiccups that happen, it helps calm your audience. Now that I taught you how to be a more confident speaker, stay tuned for my next video, which is what makes you look confident as a speaker. And until then, be sure you smash the button below for DaraConnollyCLUB so you can check out all the videos with myself and other expert speakers who will blow your mind. This is a low introductory price on this club, so don't wait too long because the price does increase. I can't wait to see you in the next video. Until then, speak with impact every day, every time.